Alright, what's up everybody? Thanks for tuning in. This is Adam, and today I figured we'd start a little mini series about finding the best roads to ride the motorcycles on in South Georgia. We're in Manchester, Georgia, and we're going to head to Pine Valley. There's a scenic road right around the corner. So let's go ahead, hop on the Indian. You know, it's cold, so I figured we'd bring the bike that does the best job with the wind protection. Alright, real quick, what we're going to do is we're going to go down here. We're going to get on Scenic Heights Road, which is 190. And the first part of the road's not, you know, there's some nice overlooks and stuff, but then when we cross over 27, we get into Pine Mountain. We get into some good turns, some good scenic views and everything. Alright, now I know everybody may have a different idea of what a motorcycle road is. For me, it's something that's scenic, has some nice turns in it, whether it be sweepers or tight technical turns. You know, there's a motorcycle for every road. A lot of y'all probably feel any road that you're on with your motorcycle is a good motorcycle road, and I don't disagree with that. So, Manchester's a nice little town. It's bigger than what I assumed it was, because there's more of it on the other side. I'm always familiar with this part. On my way to Columbus, Georgia, I always go through here. And the last time I was down here, Scenic Heights Road was closed, so hopefully it's open. And you know, I've been down here before, filmed videos down here before, but never with the intent of making the claim of it being one of the better roads to ride your motorcycle on in South Georgia, because everybody knows, you know, such as Blood Mountain and obviously the Dragon. You know, everybody knows about North Georgia and those roads, but there's very little discussion or stuff, you know, with the south side of Georgia. But there are roads out here, and that's what this little mini series is going to be about. I'm not sure how many videos I'll make, because in all honesty it is hard to find what I consider to be good roads to ride your motorcycle on. Some of them are short and local to me and would only, you know, be beneficial to those probably local. They're not worth the ride, but this road here is definitely one that is worth the ride if you're in the area, you know, or you just want to get out, put miles down, or if you're coming up from Florida, or you know, whatever floats your boat, and however you end up here is definitely a good road worth checking out. Now with the colder months coming up, I don't know if everybody has seen it or not. A couple people have, but you know, it could be different by the time this is posted. I have a community tab, or not community tab, but a community post on YouTube, you know, a poll asking you guys if you're interested in seeing me take my Bronco off-road and go and hit some of the trails in the Bronco. I haven't taken the Bronco off-road since I bought it. You know, I got it in 2023. I ordered it in 21. It was supposed to be a 22 model. It got pushed back, and I ended up not getting it until 2023. And to be completely honest with you guys, by the time I got it, really didn't even want it anymore. There's nothing wrong with it. It's a fine vehicle, you know, but I was thinking I could always load up the Papio CL on the back of the Bronco, go up to North Georgia, go on some trails, and then maybe bust out the CL and take it up and down some of the trails as well. First one would probably be Pine Mountain. You know, I mean, that's the go-to one, but then there's all kinds of roads up there as well. You know, you got Beasley Knob, but I would not be taking it down 93B or up 93B, because I know what that's all about. I did that in my Jeep. I wish I would have documented that. That was a fun trip I did with some co-workers. We had a blast up there, but you know, I think I might have mentioned this in a previous video about how my buddy slipped and fell, broke a couple ribs, and I believe I said my other buddy broke his front drive shaft in a previous video, or front axle, but it was his drive shaft that he actually broke. You know, we had to use the winch and get the front end of the Jeep up and then tie off the drive shaft, and then, you know, he was able to get home with it. So that type of wheeling, you know, I'm done with. But Charlie's Creek's cool. You know, if you guys are curious about it, go vote on that poll. Let me know what you guys want to see. You know, if you just want to leave it to motorcycle stuff, or if you're okay with seeing some trail ride in my Bronco, just let me know. I wanted to come out here and ride this on the Indian because I want to get my stamina and trust built up with the bike to take it on longer trips. I was hoping to take it to either St. Simons or Jekyll Island, or you know, just something like that with it, get out on longer rides. But I know I need to get more seat time under it, with, you know, the be it out for the medical reasons and everything. So that's kind of what today is. You know, let's talk about good motorcycle roads, and at the same time, let's get my seat time up, experience up, comfort, trust level up with the bike, so we can take it out on longer trips. Because this one here, with the weight and everything, you know, it does wear you out quicker than the Ninja does, per se. It's kind of like a catch-22. Like with the wind, the Ninja will beat you up, and then this here does such a good job of blocking wind that the weight is what wears you out for this one, at least for me personally. You know what I mean? All of us are different. All of us have our strengths and weaknesses. So right here where this radio antenna is, there's also a trailhead up here. So if any of you guys are into hiking, you know, go on Google Maps and you can check that out. FDR State Park is right around the corner from here too. So now when we cross over here, we'll get into a little bit more tighter turns, and there are some scenic pull-offs as well. I remember the first time I came up here, I was on my Ninja and I was going around this turn, and there was another person on a sport bike who had full leathers on, and he came around this turn, you know, having fun, and it startled me because I was new to riding at that point. It was one of those, I wanted to see how he went through the turn, but I had to make it through the turn, so. It's really pretty up here. I wouldn't mind moving up here if, you know, the time and everything allowed for it. And by that I mean retirement and money and everything, right? And then Callaway Gardens, I don't know if y'all are familiar with that. This road here spits you out there. You know, I think golf tournaments, they do Christmas lights. Everybody goes through there and drives through to see the Christmas lights. It's a pretty standard thing here in Georgia. I've never gone and seen it. The NASCAR track down in Hampton, Georgia has done the same thing too. It's called Echo Park now. But I've gone to that, but I've never come to the Callaway Gardens to see those Christmas lights. These hills and turns get me every time. Well, alright guys, this was Pine Mountain Highway 190, right outside of Manchester, Georgia. If y'all got any other roads that you're aware of that you want to see me put on the channel, let me know. Comment down below what your favorite roads are. You guys ride safe, stay safe, and be blessed. We'll see you on the next one.